Have you ever wondered if there's a way to turn fear into friendship or hostility into actual help? Well, today we're diving into something called the Metta Sutta. It's this incredible, timeless teaching from the Buddha that is basically a spiritual technology for doing just that. It's a guide to growing a heart so full of kindness that it can literally change the world around you.
And the story behind this teaching, well, it's just as fascinating as the teaching itself. It all kicks off with a group of monks who are on a mission for enlightenment, and they decide to head deep into the wilderness. So picture this. You've got 500 monks, they've just gotten their meditation instructions straight from the Buddha, and they find what seems like the absolute perfect spot for a retreat. It's this beautiful, totally remote place at the foot of the Himalayas. It's cool, it's quiet, seems like the ideal setup for some deep practice, right? Well, there was a catch, one they really didn't see coming. Turns out the majestic trees they picked to meditate under, they were already occupied by tree spirits, or as they're called, devas. And these devas were not happy about the monks' powerful spiritual energy. So they decided they had to go. And this is where things get pretty intense. Under the cover of night, the devas just unleashed on them. They created these horrifying visions, terrifying sounds, even awful smells. I mean, you can just imagine. The monks couldn't concentrate at all. They were completely overwhelmed with fear. Their minds got agitated, their bodies got weak, and pretty soon they started getting sick. Their whole retreat was just ruined. Totally defeated, they packed up and went all the way back to the Buddha to tell him what happened. And this gets us to the real heart of the question this teaching answers. When you're faced with hostility you can't even see and this overwhelming fear, what do you do? What's the ultimate weapon? What's the ultimate protection? So the Buddha's answer? Well, it was profound. He didn't give them some magic charm or tell them to go fight back. No. Instead, he started by teaching them about the inner qualities they needed to build up first. It's like he was saying, before you can send kindness out, you've got to build it up on the inside. So he laid out these 15 practical virtues, and you should think of these less like strict rules and more like a training manual for your heart. He told them, be capable and honest, be sincere and gentle, be humble and happy with what you have, be easy to be around, not a burden on anyone. He said to live simply, with your senses calmed down and not too many duties, what we might call living lightly. And this is a big one. Avoid any action, no matter how small, that a wise person might look at and shake their head. This is the fertile ground where loving kindness can really, truly grow. Okay, so once that foundation was set, the Buddha gave them their real spiritual protection, their true weapon, the active practice of metta, or loving kindness. And this wasn't just a passive feeling. No, this was a deliberate, structured meditation. He taught them how to systematically send out goodwill, making sure nobody, and I mean nobody, was left out. You start with a simple general wish. May all beings be happy. But then you expand it. You make sure it's really universal, including the weak and the strong, the large and the small. And when we say all-encompassing, we really mean it. The practice is radically inclusive. You send this kindness to everyone you can see. And, this is key, to everyone you can't see. To those near you and those far away. To those who are already alive, and even to those who are still waiting to be born. Absolutely no one gets left out. And just as important as what you do is what you don't do. The teaching gives 3 super clear things to avoid. First, don't ever deceive or trick anyone. Second, don't look down on anybody anywhere for any reason. And third, never ever out of anger or resentment wish for someone else to suffer. These are like the active poisons to loving kindness. And then, to really drive the point home, the Buddha used one of the most powerful metaphors in all of spiritual literature. He said, you should cultivate this boundless heart with the same fierce, unconditional love that a mother has for her only child, a love she would literally risk her own life for. I mean, wow. That's the depth of care we're supposed to develop for every single living being. Now, here's the crucial part. This practice isn't just about feeling good for a few minutes. Not at all. The diligent practice of metta brings real, tangible, life-altering results. And the Buddha spelled out exactly what blessings come to someone who really masters this state of mind. And he wasn't vague about it. He didn't just say, oh, you'll be happier. Nope. He laid out exactly 11, count them, 11 specific benefits that you can expect from this practice.
And this list is incredible. It covers every part of life. For your own peace of mind, you sleep well, you wake up well, no bad dreams. In your social life, you become loved by both humans and non-humans alike, and celestial beings or devas will actually protect you. Then there's the stuff that sounds almost magical. For your physical safety, you're shielded from fire, poison, and weapons. Mentally, your mind gets sharp and concentrates easily, and your face actually becomes radiant. And finally, when it's your time to go, you face death without confusion, and you're reborn in a heavenly world. Pretty amazing list, right?
Now, to back this up, there are these amazing old stories. To show you what it means to be loved by non-humans, there's the story of a monk named Visakha. His metta was so powerful that one time, when he got lost, a deva living on a mountain literally held out its hand to show him the right way to go. And get this, when the deva found out the monk was planning to leave, it sat on the stairs and cried because having him there brought so much peace.
And what about that protection from harm? There's this beautiful story about a mother cow nursing her calf. A hunter takes aim and throws his spear right at her. But because of the incredible power of the mother's love for her baby, which is a raw, pure form of metta, the spear just glances off her body like it hit a leaf. It couldn't harm her. It shows that loving kindness is like its own shield.
So, what happened to our 500 monks? Well, armed with this new teaching, they went right back to that same forest. They didn't run, they didn't hide, they just sat down and started radiating boundless, unconditional loving kindness. And then a miracle happened. The hostile devas felt this wave of goodwill, and their anger just dissolved. They came out of their trees, not to scare the monks, but to serve them, to protect them, to look after them. And in this new, peaceful, supportive place, every single one of those monks reached the highest goal of enlightenment. And that really brings us to the heart of it all. The Metta Sutta isn't just an old story or a list of rules. It's a living, breathing instruction manual and a universal blessing for every single one of us. The entire teaching, everything we've talked about, can be boiled down to this one powerful wish. This is the thought the monks radiated. It's the thought that turned their enemies into friends, and it's the thought that can absolutely change our own lives. May all beings be happy, secure, and joyful in heart. So from the heart of this ancient and beautiful teaching, we want to extend that very same wish directly to you. May you all be happy.